What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and I just finished up watching a Julian Williams versus Vladimir Hernandez, and this was a 10-rounder in the super-welterweight division, and this fight was Saturday, October 9th from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, and this fight was broadcasted on ESPN+, and in this fight, Julian Williams got upset by Vladimir Hernandez, who won this fight by split decision. I personally scored the bout 96-94 in favor of Vladimir Hernandez. The judges scored the bout 96-94 for Williams, 96-94 for Hernandez, and 97-93 for Hernandez. And just to break down this fight, it was really just fought in two different halves. The first half of the fight was Julian Williams dictating the pace, countering Hernandez, really just outworking him, landing the better shots. But then the second half of the fight, Hernandez was capitalizing on Williams using body shots, since he was really just the stockier and just, I would say, larger man, considering that he's fought anywhere up to like 168 pounds in his last fight. And Hernandez was just a naturally bigger and stronger man, and he was able to use his physical size, not in height obviously, because Julian Williams is a taller man, but he was able to just outwork him, get on the inside, land body shots, land some nice wide hooks to the head. He was really just dominating Williams late. And in that ninth round, Julian Williams got really hurt. He was just getting backed up. His legs weren't there. And another round to mention is the second round, where Williams was just popping Hernandez with beautiful shots, just left and right. Williams was just popping his head back, wobbling him, and Hernandez was really hurt early on. But Hernandez, on my scorecard, won the last 6 rounds, and Williams won the first 4 rounds. It was looking like Williams' fight until Hernandez started really going to the body and just digging to Williams' liver, and Williams did not like that. His legs were gone. He had no stamina. And, just to talk about the scorecards, 97-93 for Hernandez is a little bit generous. I know I only had 1 round differing, but I think the first 4 rounds were somewhat clear for Williams. But, they were somewhat competitive, but clear. But the thing with this win for Hernandez, it opens up a lot for him. He's coming off 2 outstanding victories before this, defeating Alfredo Angulo and now defeating Julian Williams in his comeback fight. This victory reminds me of when Jarrett Hurd actually lost to Luis Arias. Huge upset when a former champion was coming back. What is next here for Vladimir Hernandez? I would not mind seeing him face like a Jarrett Hurd, or even there's other guys in there, like maybe a Luis Arias, an opponent or fighter I just talked about. Those 2 fighters, Hurd and Arias, that I just talked about. I wouldn't mind seeing Hernandez fight either of them, and I don't think that fight will be too hard to make, considering both Arias and Hurd have fought on PBC before, and Hernandez is also a PBC fighter. So I wouldn't mind seeing Hernandez in a big fight next, even against someone like a Jason Rosario, and Rosario is coming off a defeat. So, hopefully they can make that fight. That'd be very interesting. And I just think Hernandez is due for another huge fight. And if he wins the next fight, he's pondering a world title shot. He's coming off 2 great wins. And if he's able to get a third, who knows? Although his record isn't that great when you look at it, it's like 13-4. But still, he's got the skills. He's got heart. He loves to come forward, and he's a very fan-friendly fighter. So I think, he's due for another great fight next, whether that be Arias, Hurd, or Rosario. But what is next for Julian Williams? This was his first fight in about 21 months, almost 2 years. So, I honestly don't know. If he can't beat a Vladimir Hernandez, or I'm not even going to say if he can't beat him, if he's going to have a competitive fight with a Vladimir Hernandez type fighter, how good is Julian Williams really? Did the layoff have a lot to do with that? I'm sure it did. I believe he also had COVID. He also had an injury. He had a lot going for him leading up to this fight, and I heard the commentators saying that this was a sort of very tough comeback fight, and props to Williams for taking this fight, because it was very tough, but he lost, and he was expected to win, and at one point he was literally one of the best super welterweights in the world, and now he's losing to a guy with a record of 13-4 or 12-4 going into the fight. So, I honestly don't know what's next for him. I'm sure he'll continue fighting, obviously. This is, though, a big blow to his career, but I bet we'll see him again in another PBC undercard, but this time against a even lower level opponent, maybe someone in the top 50 to top 100. So overall, Vladimir Hernandez upsets Julian Williams, winning by split decision in a fairly competitive and action-packed fight. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.